a poor African child from Uganda. Hear the cries of a vulnerable child. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. I wake in the morning, washing my face. Nothing to eat, nothing to drink. I walk on the street, turning my face. Nobody on my side. Rays of the sun, come on, lifting me. Take me to the height, I get my hope. Rays of the sun, come on, lifting me. Take me to the height, I get my hope. I sit under tree, crying on the rubbish pit. I get what to eat in the trenches. I get what to drink. Rays of the sun, come on, lifting me. Rays of the sun, come on, lifting me. Take me to the high, I get my hope. Rays of the sun, come on, lifting me. Take me to the high, I get my hope.
Divine Records.
Nothing to put on. Lord, hear me. I'm living lonely. Oh, rays of the sun. I'm an African child from Uganda. I need life too. Please help me and take me out of here. Rays of the sun, lifting me up. Take me to the high, I get my hope. Rays of the sun, come on, lifting me. Take me to the high, I get my hope. Rays of the sun, come on, lifting me. Take me to the high, I get my hope. Jehovah, Jehovah, give a child a chance. Long live Jovian Heart Powers Foundation, Uganda.
So my name is Luchams Vincent. The children call me Uncle Sean, and I'm the executive director of Jovian Powers Foundation, Uganda. Well, a lot has been done right from the beginning when we decided to form Jovian Powers Foundation, because as my brother currently talked about the story where this struggle started from a child who was called Lekuru Victoria, a girl who was 3 years old, whom we picked at the church. First of all, that girl was a talented one. So we have tried to portray the talent of this girl. If you can bear me witness, on different televisions, you have been seeing this girl performing in the uniform of the school of Happy Hours Primary School. Indeed, we have, as Jovian Foundation, that's what we have managed to do. We have managed to develop talents of these children because they are talented in music, some in acting, so a lot has been done. And on top of that, I also managed to educate these children in our little capacity. We have educated these children, giving them quality education. Can you imagine, a lot of children have gone through our school that we set up as Juvenile Appeals Foundation. A variety of challenges. First of all, the resistance from the community, you know, especially since we are in Busoga sub-region, one of the poorest regions of Uganda. First of all, the people in the community, when our first time to come here, they undermined us. They thought a different thing. So a lot of change happened, and on top of that, we've also faced some resistance from some of the leaders who we are bringing about what we are doing. But good enough, we have tried to show them what we do basically. Our organization is fully equipped with policies. We have the child protection policy, we have the property management policy, and so many other policies. But the more important policy is all about the child protection policy, because our organization is about the children. Because even if you happen to look at our title, or if you happen to look at the motto we have, or the slogan, it is give a child a chance. Because in our country, Uganda, if you happen to look around the streets of our nation, especially in urban areas, Kampala, Jinja, and you happen to look at in Mbale, the regions around us, you happen to see that there is an increasing number of the vulnerable children, an increasing number of these children. So that there is a need, and indeed it's a problem. Because if you don't fight with a nail to work on this problem of homelessness of children, vulnerability of children, especially the street children, we are going to end up having all the nation poor, and our Uganda will always stay poor forever and ever. Our dream as an organization is to house more than 100,000 children. Can you imagine? Because there are very many children in our nation where even having a meal a day is impossible. They end up coming on vehicles, trying to starve around, looking to what to eat. So indeed, but if we can give them a life, for example, we always ask ourselves, where do criminals come from? Where do these people who rob people on the way, where do they come from? They are those little children that we don't give attention to, and they end up becoming criminals because they are misled. Those people who are suffering, they can easily be misled. Think ahead and see a nation where the homeless and the street children are catered for, trained in schools, their talents are discovered. You're going to see a changed world, and even this scarcity of teachers in schools, this scarcity of doctors in hospitals will be solved, because these children will serve all the needs that are there in our government. So I see indeed we have a big dream. Another thing is the rehabilitation center. We have to put up a rehabilitation center, because many children in this area that we are in, Bujiri district, can you imagine? They are sneezing fuel. Can you imagine? They are living like, how do you say, we are looking at marijuana, what, but indeed that is less to what is happening. Children are sneezing, the plain fuel, can you imagine? So, whereby they are mentally perturbed at the moment. So, when we build this rehabilitation center to bring these minds together, we can make something better. And for example, if you look at what is happening, the domestic violence in our country, the government is always saying there is domestic violence in homes every day. That the core cause of the homelessness is domestic violence. What have we done, and what should we do to this? The only way is to create some structures and strategies to pick up these children who are mentally perturbed by domestic violence, because all the things they do, they come out of their experience they go through. What we earn a little is what we incur in our organization. Because as my brother earlier told you that this is a non-profit organization. We started it not to gain profit, but as a heart. One of my friends who told me that when you earn more, increase your giving. That thing is really important. I myself, I not only be the executive director of Juvenile Appeals Foundation, I'm also a Rotarian. A Rotarian, the big organization, all know, we serve above self. So even in Rotary, they saw interest in me of what I was doing in the community. So we need to liaise with different organizations, even some well wishers that would wish to work with us. We would like to work with them. We need to get access to grants such that we can sustain our projects. We have a lot of dreams because in our sub-region of Busoga, it is one of the poorest sub-regions in the country. And imagine if you try to grade Uganda as one of the poorest countries in Africa. Let me say actually it's a middle one. But what is it retaining it back? It is this region of Busoga sub-region. So once we get grants, we can empower the youth, first of all. We can empower the women who give birth to these children so that they work and earn a living in businesses like agriculture, in trading. We can also skill.
My name is Wamaro Jonathan, acting as the General Secretary of jhhfu Powers Foundation Uganda. jhhfu Powers Foundation Uganda is registered fully in the names of jhhfu Powers Foundation Uganda, and was registered by Uganda Registration Service Bureau, and that's URSB. We have got even the certificate that allows us to operate officially. We've got the constitution, is our constitution, plus even the other documents that allows us to operate officially. It's located in the Kiwarazi village, Bujiri Eastern Division, in the Uganda Eastern part, Busoga sub-region. And then another thing about our organization is that you can even, if you want to get us, if you want to get access to us, even on different social platforms like now, like YouTube, if you go there, we are there. For the case of some of the things we've managed to do, we as the jhhfu Powers Foundation, we fought tooth and nail so that at least we reach out to street children. There are different skills that we do imparting these children, like we make sure we teach some of them, we teach them tailoring, art and craft, plus also giving them formal education. What we expect to do, we as jhhfu Powers Foundation Uganda, we expect at least to get a gazetted place whereby we can gather these children from and we look after these children. We also think of beginning up different institutions like now whereby we can skill these children from, like art and craft, designing, plumbing. There are different skills that we do think of imparting these children, but so that, just as I've told you, we lack enough funds that we can use to start up these, to establish these different projects that can make these children become one of the great people of tomorrow that can also impact the nation in the near future. Getting this idea, let me say this, that actually because some people, they begin up something because maybe they want to make profits. But just as I've told you that jhhfu Powers Foundation Uganda, it is a non-profit government organization. So we began this thing not because we wanted to get to earn money, but just being a God's calling. So we are just doing this as just a ministry. We are ministering, hoping that the blessings comes from God. And now in addition, the same thing. Me myself, let me say this on behalf of myself. The reason as why I decided to converge with my friends and we begin this organization, that my background, this one alone reflects this. Because with my background, I'm a kind of person who was born in this moving world, just two people. And at a very tender age, when I was just at my mom's laps, unfortunately my dad was bewitched and ran mad. So the life I've gone through very many hardships. I've gone through a deep blue sea, and now that later on God came to help me and He reached me where I am now, just as you can see me, I decided to see that I also developed that heart of reaching out to helpless children, vulnerable children, just as I was, knowing that in doing so, I can also help them reach somewhere and also impact the country, just as for me now, I'm also impacting the country in the same way. There are different factors we discovered story by story. In the first place, one of the cause is that you find a family and it's full of despots. The father is a drunkard, and now since they are not united, then there's some of these children, because after seeing that the mom and the daddy they are not united, ends up being on the street. Then some of these children that we get on
a poor African child from Uganda. Hear the cries of a vulnerable child. Hey, hey,